So it's very early. Well, not really when you've been up and down all night, but it's pretty early here. I just kind of wanted to make this video to let you guys know we are okay. Our property seems to be okay. Obviously, we can't get up higher to see how things are. But let me show you what we did to try to mitigate some of the damage and let you know how it worked. Because obviously we were supposed to have the excavation work done this weekend to correct the drainage problems that have been causing us headaches for the entire 2 years we've been here. Long story short, we had a drain pipe put in to drain the water from behind our house down the driveway. And then all of the excavation work that we had done up farther, going up and down, crushed the pipe. So we've had to pump water from one side of the road to the other to get down the driveway for the entire 2 years that we've been here. And there's just been other things that have kind of been priority, especially with me getting sick. But here we go. Let me show you. This is the location of the drain pipe. The drain pipe runs under this road and down the driveway. And that's the water that comes down the road, which that's going to need kind of constant maintenance over the years. We know that. But there's also a minimum amount of water that comes down the mountain behind the house. And there's a bit of a ditch already there. We've tried to dig that down a little bit, but the septic tank is there. And it drains into this large ditch, which then is supposed to drain under that road and down the driveway. Well, with the pipe crushed, the ditch gets full, and then it's been running under the carport, across the concrete, and then it's actually taken out parts of the front yard. That's what caused the washout. So we had dug this ditch, which has been helping tremendously with this storm. This is the first we've tried this. Now this excavation work is being done as soon as it dries out. So this is like the last storm we're going to have to deal with this. But I've got 3 places for it to drain. And it's a pretty steady trickle. So basically it overflows the ditch. And instead of going all under the carport, which this is a mess because we have no outbuildings, just no judgment here. When you homestead, you have a lot of stuff, and it has to drain. It has to be somewhere. Until we have outbuildings, this is where it's at. But this drain has worked really well. I did a lot of that work myself, even though I was not feeling good, but I've been very frustrated with how crappy I've been feeling, and getting out here and doing that little bit of digging and trenching was good for getting out some frustration. So I do have a banana plant there and a butterfly bush that I might lose. We did lose another chunk of the front, not a huge chunk, but we created like little spillways for it to go down there, and it seems like it has worked. If you see, that right there was the chunk that we lost, and for as much water as came down, that's not bad. Now, I have some footage I can pop in here from last night. The neighbor's whole garden here was completely submersed. And it was all running like that back there. It was a raging river. And I've never seen it personally that high. It looks like his garden's okay, and I would venture to guess that there was some nice silt left there, so that might be a good thing, but it's going to take him a while to get anything going. The neighbor's house down there was completely surrounded by water, but they had gotten out earlier, so I'm sure they'll be back today to assess things. Down here, as of when I went to bed, it hadn't quite gotten into their house. It didn't look like it. So that's good. They were not home, so we were kind of keeping them apprised of the situation. They wouldn't have been able to get home anyway because there was to get to our house, there was water covering the road down that way, around the bend, and down that way there was a slide in the road. I don't think it was completely covered, but it was covered enough that we would have had a hard time getting out with the van. We could have taken the truck, obviously, but we decided to stay put. You can see now this tree that's shaking so hard. I watched that all night thinking it was going to go, and it still looks like it's going to go, but it didn't go. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of the resilience of this area that has been hit so hard with flooding in the last, with the big flood of 2022, and now this, which is kind of worse. It's worse. This is worse in a lot of areas. But this area is so resilient, and the people are just so amazing. But we are okay. I'll show you one final shot, which is what we've listened to all night long, because our bedroom is right outside of this. This is the holler, which normally is a beautiful little trickle, but right now it's a raging river. Thankful for it because it's draining an awful lot of water away from our house on this side. And we may actually do some work on this to kind of make that flow a little better. We already had done some work cleaning some of the weeds and stuff out of there. I will tell you though, look at the cardinals. I don't know if you can see them. They are happy as can be this morning. Unbeknownst to me, Kentucky is the state bird is the cardinal, and it's literally my favorite for a lot of very sappy and sad reasons. But there you go. Okay, we have no water, but we have a stash of water, so that's fine. We'll be all right for a while. And anything we need to flush toilets, there's water everywhere. We can set out a rain bucket because I don't think the rain is quite done. It looks like traffic's getting through. I don't know how far, because the closest town was completely under several feet of water last night. They actually had a swift water rescue at the gas station I usually go to. Yeah, it was that bad. And it's not done. The temperatures, you can see I'm out here in short sleeves. It's 54 degrees right now. It was supposed to get dramatically colder. Oh, here comes another car. They're still swerving around some mess in the road. But, I mean, literally, the slide is down. We can see it from our house. But we're here. We're okay. And stay tuned, because this is we are working on a video about the excavation work and probably some fun footage of that being done, because I know Isaiah is going to want to be out here watching. So I'm still just shocked at the stuff I saw, like stairs washing down here last night, and parts of what looked like a little bridge. So I'm sure the damage around us is bad. I'm so thankful we are up. Even though we deal with a lot of the runoff, we are up kind of high. And I'm thankful for that, because if not, we would probably have been in trouble last night. So come see us again, y'all.